Good morning, Scott School, on this terrific Tuesday, September 30th. It's hard to believe we are nearing the end, or we are at the end of September, and October 1st is tomorrow. And we all know what that brings. For those of us, or those of you who celebrate Halloween, October is fun filled with many festivities around Halloween. But those of you who may not celebrate or observe Halloween, there are all sorts of autumn fests that occur in October as well. So it is really a nice month for like harvest and just fall activities. You can see the leaves are falling, and it's a time that farmers are out harvesting their crops. And just it's really a really beautiful season. So I'm looking forward to it myself. I know you likely are too. You can feel that crisp coolness in the air, and we know it's here, which is pretty cool. And those of you who do observe Halloween, we will be having Halloween parties on Halloween Day or Halloween celebrations. We will also be having a parade outside that we'll invite families to. That is nothing you need to worry about. I'll send that communication to families as the time gets closer. What I want to just kind of put in your thoughts right now is as you start to search for costumes, if you choose to dress up here at school, because you are allowed to do that, but your costumes have certain criteria or guidelines that you have to follow. So you may wear your costume to school on Halloween. However, it needs to be a simple and appropriate costume. And what I mean by simple is you need to be able to function throughout the day. If you ride the bus, you need to be able to sit in the bus seat, and others need to be able to share that seat with you, and you need to be able to move around. You also need to be able to go to PE and to lunch and transition in the hallway and play on the playground and sit in class and learn and all the things. So that's a simple costume that's not going to be a distraction to you or to others. It also must meet our dress code. So, our dress code is something that you would wear to school for your regular clothing that you know is school appropriate. So, no put downs. It needs to cover all of your body parts, and it just needs to be school appropriate and tasteful, right? We want it to be something that is tasteful for school. We also want to cut out anything that is overly gory or gruesome. Leave that for trick or treating if you do that at home, or any other at home or outside of school celebrations, if your family or grown-ups support that. Here at school, we want it to be a friendly and fun environment. So we want to keep that gruesome, gory stuff at home as well. And then lastly, accessories should stay at home, and no accessories that are weapon related should ever be a part of your costume, no matter what. So, an example of that is if you decide to be a police officer and you wanted to have like handcuffs, those handcuffs should not be at school. That's an accessory, number one. And number two, it really could be considered somewhat of a weapon because it could cuff somebody together and hold them, right? Or like we know that police officers carry a badge and a gun in a holster. So even if it's a fake toy gun, we can't have that at school. It is a weapon, even though it's a toy. So you get my drift on that. No accessories. Don't even ask us about accessories. If you're questioning it, that tells you right then, nope, the answer is no. If you have to think about it, then say to yourself, self, if I'm thinking about it, that means I shouldn't wear it or bring it to school. I need to pick something else that's more suitable for school and friendly. We'll talk more about costumes and Halloween as the time gets near. This won't be the first day, but I wanted to plant that seed right now because I know October is here. I know there's advertisements out there for Halloween, and I know costumes are starting to be put out at stores. And I just want you to have a fun time with it, but I want you to be safe, respectful, and responsible. And it's really important because, friends, I would be really sad if I had to tell you you couldn't wear that at school. So, anywho, our fab with vocab word of the week is figuratively. Figuratively is an adverb, and it means with a meaning that is different from the basic meaning. And our handy dandy illustration, we have two friends walking in the rain with umbrellas, and one says to the other, "It's raining cats and dogs." I mean that figuratively. Is it really raining cats and dogs? No, that's figurative language. She means that it's raining quite a bit. So figuratively is our word of the week. See how you can be fab with vocab. Use it in conversation, writing, find it in reading. That's a pretty cool word. And believe it or not, we all use a lot of figurative language. Last but not least, before I pass the mic on, another thought about those bathrooms. I think that we are making some gains there, and I think we have still some work to do. But I have been super impressed, and I've heard it from other staff as well, about those of you who are making good choices in the bathroom and you are reporting when others are not. And you are making sure that you're going in there and being very mindful of a zero voice and zero shoe sounds so that we're not squeaking our shoes, and that you're going in there and doing your business appropriately and getting out of the bathroom. That's A+ work, right? We're super excited about that. And then the reporting is really great too, because not that we want people to tattle on each other, but we want everyone to be respectful citizens. It's super, super important. All right. And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
All right, friends. We thought we had some technical difficulties for a moment, but don't you worry. We're still here. All right. I would like to celebrate some Panther Pride winners from Miss Taylor's class, Grayson and Claire, from Mr. Whitfield's class, Emmett, from Mrs. Cass's class, Sonia, from Mrs. Toth's class, Ryder, from Miss Van Cura's class, Joy and Grady, and from Miss Villareal's class, Pip. Congratulations, friends. We had a super duper fun time celebrating you last Thursday for those Panther Pride winners. Keep up the wonderful work. We are watching and so appreciative of all your hard work and bucket filling. Let's go ahead and stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a truly terrific Tuesday, Scott School.